Hello everyone and welcome to the Two Gargoyles Comics Theater Corner. I am Michael McAdam, the head guy in charge of Two Gargoyles Comics, and I'm here today to talk to you about the local comics shop. To me, there is nothing more precious in the world of indie comics than the local comics shop. Back in the 80s, pre-internet, yes, I am that old, that was how I discovered comics that were not just the spinner rack in your local drugstore, okay? These were direct sales comics, independent comics, comics that were more than just Superman and Batman. They were a whole world, okay? And I would not have discovered that without the local comics shop. Now, let me tell you why the local comics shop is important, okay? You can go get your hair cut, let's say, at a $5 barber shop, all right? One of those chain stores like Supercuts or whatever, right? But going to a salon and picking a hairdresser and maintaining a relationship with them, they get to know your head, your hair, your style, your preferences. You come out looking better than you would have if you'd gone to something generic, okay? The same is true of your local comic shop. By going in and starting an account there, they get to know your preferences, they get to know your reading habits, they get to know what might work for you that you've never heard of. They make suggestions based on your reading history. It's like having a friendly algorithm that doesn't shadow ban you for reading mouse, okay? So the local comic shop is very, very important. If you have not found one in your area, look for one, Google it, see if there's one nearby. And if it isn't nearby, see if you can get on their email list and maybe they can start a relationship with you that way. I'm going to tell you a little story about what happened to me this week. Now, I've been going to my local comic shop for years, okay? At least 10 years since I moved into this area. And they know me there, right? Like, we've been on each other's podcasts. We've done conventions together. Like, we really have gotten to know each other. So the other day, I'm picking up my books and I find this Gutenberg Bible in my bag. I'm like, what's this? And he says, well, it's ElfQuest, right? Now, if you've been watching my blog, reading my stuff, you know that I'm a diehard, lifelong ElfQuest fan. There is no ElfQuest publication that I don't have, except I don't have them all collected in one thing like this. Now, my local comic shop guy, Jay, he knows that I've read all the ElfQuest. He knows that I've got it all, but he still suggested this to me. He said, because it will look good in your new library. Okay, sold, because I do have a library that I'm really liking to put all my collected books in, and he knew that about me. And so he suggested something that will allow me to reference my favorite comics, read my favorite comics without having to dig them out of, decades worth of long boxes. That's a skill, that's a service that a local comic shop can give you that just buying comics off the rack doesn't give you, okay? One of the reasons for this video today is that a comic shop of my acquaintance, long years, since I was 17 years old, I went to this comic shop until I moved out here, and it closed, or is closing very, very soon. It's been 42 years of this local comic shop. I have met artists, I have met writers, I have gone to autograph sessions. They have bought my books, they have sold my books. They have been a part of my journey as an indie comics creator since I was 17 years old, okay? Therefore, I urge you to not only support your local comic store, but to get your friends to do it too. Like anyone that's even remotely interested in reading amazing talent, some of it local and some of it international, and independent as well as mainstream. If you can get even just one more person into your local comic shop, you will be doing comics as a whole an incredible service, okay? You will be elevating all of us. And as a matter of fact, even though I don't have the book yet right here in front of me, ElfQuest is just starting all over again, so to speak, with a remastered version of the original Quest. There has never been a time better than now to jump on the ElfQuest train. So if you want independent comics, may I suggest this be your first one, okay? Not this specific one, but of course, ElfQuest. support your local comic shop, support your local independent artists. And hey, right now, even though I love my American friends, if you can, support Canadian. We would be very, very grateful. Thank you very much. And no shade to my American indies. There is no country, there is no border, there is no nationality when you're talking independent comics, because really, we are all sharing the same world. Thank you guys so much. Tune in again next time where we'll talk about whatever I feel like talking about. Okay, thank you.